I say good morning, brethren. Are we not happy? No matter what happens, it will be better. Are we not trusting God that it's going to be better? It will be better, definitely. It is just for a moment. All of us are in together. Nobody is exempted. So be happy. God is going to make a way where there's no way. Yeah, let us pray. Mighty God, we thank you immensely for keeping us alive to see today. We are happy to be among the living. Father, speak to us the language that we understand. Your children are here before you. As we are here this morning, at the end of the day, let us go home happier and better than we come. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Yes, I want to speak on the topic. Be mindful of destiny killer. Destiny. Is anybody here bearing destiny? Either man or a woman? Yes. Destiny. Okay. I hope we all know the meaning of your name. Okay. Yes. Destiny is something to which a person or a thing is destined. Fortune. You used to hear people saying, take your destiny by your hand. Right? You used to hear people saying, your destiny is in your hands. Some of those statements are very correct. When we want to talk about destiny here, just program your mind that we are talking about destiny here on earth and destiny here after. Because the essence of our coming here is not only because we are living on the earth, but you have in mind that we are going to go to heaven. So as you are preparing for your destiny here on earth, also be mindful of the one that you are going to meet our Lord Jesus Christ. Anytime you hear someone, either your father or anybody telling you be mindful, be careful, be watchful, be aware, it's a warning sign. It's like there's a danger that you should be careful. Maybe you are going to school, your parents will sit you down. It's okay, as you are going there, we are not going to be there with you, but you have to be mindful of yourself, be mindful of whatever you are going to do out there. So our destiny, we need to be careful with it, or else we'll mar it. And when it is marred, or when it is destroyed, it's going to affect us here. Perhaps it's going to affect us when we stand before the judgment throne. Let us read our text. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Let us read verse 13 and 14. Are we there?
And he says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or it be evil.
Thank you very much. You see, I choose this text to remind us, especially the area that says that whatever we do, that God is going to bring everything into judgment. Whether things that you do in the open or in the secret, no matter how little it is. So as we are progressing in this sermon this morning, just remember or put it at the back of your mind that whatever that you do in this life is going to come before God during the judgment. And since everything that you do here is going to come to God before God during the judgment, then there's need for you and me to be mindful of every step we take in life, either here, either because we are living on earth or because we are going to go to heaven. There's need for us to be mindful. That is why in somebody like Olumide, in one of his books, he said that that's in a pathway to wealth. It's one of the books written by Olamide Emmanuel in number 7 of Law of Wealth. He says, where you are today is a result of choices you made yesterday. And where you will be tomorrow will be determined by the choices you make today. Even some people have gone further to say that the totality, right, of what we are today is possible by the decision or the choices you have made yesterday. That is everything about you today. As a result of some of the decisions you have made yesterday. So, if that is the case, then we are going to look at some things that we need to avoid, although there are many. But for the purpose of today's sermon, we are going to limit ourselves to 3, right? One of it is the company that we keep. The company, the people we are accompanying with, or the people we associate with. Then the point number 2, our character here on earth, it affects our destiny. Then point number 3, our conduct, either good or bad, also affects our destiny. First point, company association affect outcome. That's why in the book of Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20 says, he that walketh with the wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Right? This is self-explanatory. If you read it very well, Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20. Here doesn't need much explanation. There is a saying that, show me your friend, then I will tell you who you are. So the people that you take as your friends, the people you always mingle with, people you always go along with, you can make decision. It's easy for one to say, okay, this is the kind of person this brother is, this is the kind of person this sister is. When you look at the people, the type of people that you associate yourself with, the quality of your company determines the quality of your destiny. Company affects outcome. The quality of your company determines the quality of your destiny. Right? For instance, now as we are here now, as a Christian, as a brother, as a sister, you can tell everybody that, okay, I'm not a drunkard, I don't smoke, I don't do all those things. But again, when someone look at your life, your behavior, almost all your friends, maybe 90% or over 90% of them are people that are drunkards. 90% of them are smokers. But you are claiming that you are not a smoker, you are not a drunkard. How is it possible to explain it to a rational person? How can you convince a Christian or another Christian that you are not doing all those things? What we are saying here, not that you cannot associate with other people in the world, because we are in the world. You must have friends. Right? In your working place, you must have people that are not Christian, that are not believers, you must associate with. But what we are saying in essence is that the degree of your association with them will determine the degree or the quality of your destiny. You can mark your destiny here on earth, and you can even mark it by the time you go to heaven. So that is why you need to be very careful, you need to be mindful of the people that you go along with. Even as a Christian sister, in the campus, majority of your friends are the girls that always go to club, right? You associate with them, you go along with them all the time, you do everything together with them. Whereas we have some other Christian sisters within the campus, but they are not good to be your friends. But these other ones, they are the ones good to be your friends. And then how can you stand before a Christian sister that, no, although my friends are clubbers, although my friends they smoke everything, do everything, but I'm not like them? Is it possible to convince a rational person like that? No. Because those kind of association, gradually, it can affect you one way or the other. Right? Although it's possible for where we are to affect us, either negatively or positively. But we have example of some folks or young men in the Bible that refused, that insisted that the environment they find themselves will never going to affect their destiny or whatever they do. Right? And equally we have some. They even have they have knowledge of how their destiny is going to be, but they still allow one thing or the other to mar it at the end of the day. Right? So in the book of Genesis, chapter 39, verse 6, we have the story of Joseph in the land of Egypt. Joseph went to Egypt as a slave. We all know the story very well. I don't need to recap everything. We all know how Joseph got to Egypt in the house of Potiphar. He was a slave, right? Now, Potiphar's wife had wanted Joseph to commit adultery with her. But Joseph, having realized the kind of destiny that he was aiming at, although I think he was a bit lucky, he had dream about his own destiny. Some of us may not be lucky like Joseph, that have known a bit about what is going to be in life. So when he got to the Potiphar's house, then temptation came. You know, one thing with devil is that when devil has seen potential in you, you make sure you bring one obstacle or the other to destroy you. But Joseph resisted. Joseph said, no, I have something great ahead of me. How can I do such wickedness and I destroy my destiny? Joseph flee. At the end of the day, Joseph became a very great person in the land of Egypt. Joseph has an opportunity to say, I'm a slave here. I have nothing to lose. Is it not just to sleep with this beautiful woman? Joseph would have done that. But he refused because he has programmed his mind about his destiny that is coming. He didn't want anything to hamper it. We have Daniel, a very young man, in the land of Babylon. He was taken captive with his parents on exile. He was chosen, by the king. Few of them were picked. They said, these guys, they are very handsome, they are very this, they are very this. They were to be taught with everything about the kingdom of Babylon then. The king now picked Daniel especially. He asked his cup-bearer. I think the cup-bearer in the palace that time, maybe someone like chief of staff, Bajabi Amila to Tinubu, right? Very promising. Asked him, it's okay, look at this guy, Daniel, take very good care of him. Any food that is being served in this palace, give to him to eat. By the time I see that Daniel is going hungry, emaciating, your life will go for it. Everything available, give it to Daniel. Make sure there is free at home. When the matter was brought before Daniel, Daniel said, no, sir, this is not how we were taught in the land of Israel. No, sir. I cannot, because of food, to define myself. The cupbearer said, no, you can't do this. Because if you refuse to eat, and by the time the king notices that your appearance is changing, my life is good, my job is gone, and my life may also go. Please don't do this to me. For my sake, eat everything that is available in the palace. Daniel said, no, I won't. At the end of the day, what happened? In Daniel chapter 1, at one time, can read verse 8 and verse 9. It's okay if that is the case, I'll be eating only leaf. Give the other food to other people. After some time, let us go and examine ourselves, who is going to be more healthier. At the end of the day, it shows. Daniel became more healthier than the other one that were eating from the king's palace. But what about Samson? Oh no. Samson, just like Joseph, had an opportunity to have insight about his destiny as well, because his mother, before he was giving birth to, everything about Samson was foretold to the parents. And probably the parents had informed Samson. So, okay, this is what is before you. This is the nature of your bet. For Samson to have used that one to guide himself against anything that is going to come between him and his destiny, he didn't do that. He was so loose. In the book of Judges, chapter 14, let us read verse 3 quickly. Chapter 14 first. Let us read verse 3.
It says, and his father and his mother said unto him, Is there ever a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all the people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistine?
Good.
And Samson said unto his father, Get her from me, for she pleases me well.
Thank you. This is the first step that made Samson to begin to fall away. Samson, the purpose of his birth was mainly to go and help his people defeat their enemy Philistines. But when Samson grew up, Samson decided to go to the same place, the camp of enemy, to go and pick a wife. Not only that, wait a minute. Samson went to Gaza. I think that should be the same Gaza we are hearing of now. Gaza, yeah. Samson went to Gaza. He saw an harlot and went in with the harlot in Gaza. Saint Samson, that has destiny cut out for him. He has known everything about his destiny already. Harlot, for that matter. Not only that, in Judges chapter 16, if you are reading from verse 15 down, you see what happened to Samson. Delilah. Samson saw Delilah. He fell in love with Delilah. I hope nobody bear the name Delilah here, so that I will not offend anybody. You know, Delilah came to the life of Samson for the purpose of destroying him. You know, at times it baffled me that Samson chose to even go to the camp of enemy with the good destiny, dream and everything that he has. The time Samson was to liberate his people, right? He did a lot of things, killing them, fighting with his enemy. That is a Philistine. He waged war against them because that was the purpose of his birth, to go and help his people, right? He was doing it, but at the end of the day, he didn't do it well. You know, he died tragic in a miserable way. Do you know how he died? When he started mingling with Delilah, the people of Philistine, they come to Delilah. It's okay. This young man has fell in love with you. Why not entice him so that we know the secret of his strength? So that because this guy has done a lot of damage to our land, we need to get at him. So they conspire with Delilah. So many occasions, Delilah says, okay, since today you are going to tell me the source of your strength. He deceived Delilah. If you tie my hand, if you do this, my strength will go. When he did that, when Delilah did that, the strength came. But something happened. You know, women, they are very manipulative in nature. I'm sorry to say this. You know, but I'm not talking to Christian sisters now. You know, Christian sister, your manipulative tendency should be to draw brethren to Christ, not like Delilah. So keep that in mind so that I'll not have any issue with you people. Right? So, you know, so when those things were going on, so please, projector, let us read Judges chapter 16, verse 17. It's very important to this, what I'm going to say. 16:17.
That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, There hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been in Nazareth unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I will become weak like every other man.
Thank you very much. Like what I was saying, In life, we need to be very careful about what we say at times. Did you hear when he was reading? He said he told the liar all his mind. That is, he ventilated everything about himself. Do you get that? Everything. He didn't hide anything. Samson told Delilah, not just Delilah, a harlot for that matter also, everything about himself. Please, brethren, apart from spiritual matter, we should be very careful on how we ventilate our mind. Please, but if you are to come before our preacher for spiritual help and any other thing, please open your mind up. But for the other people, please, we have to be very careful. King Daniel, he gave advice to Davido, I think of recent. Davido had issue with Magic Pinnick over payment of money to perform in a show, and Davido didn't show, and all that is have been trending like last week. So Daniel, King Daniel came up, I think last week, to advise. He said that privacy is power. Right? Privacy is power. People cannot destroy what they don't know. Did you get it? Yes. That people cannot destroy what they don't know. So Delilah and his people, they could not destroy Samson until Samson, the very day Samson ventilated everything about himself. According to that passage you have read, he says Samson told her everything about his mind. I told you that the parents of Samson might have informed, because in that passage he says that this 7 lock in my head have never been cut off. The day razor will enter them, take it out, my strength will go. I think, I don't know, he acted so foolishly. I'm sorry to say this. Because he knew. His parents informed him that the day this your lock will go off. Even if you read it again, he said that I will become an ordinary person. He knew that by the time that head is gone, he's going to be an ordinary person. He still went ahead to inform the liar. It's not foolishly enough. To me, it's a foolish act. And that led to his death. Can somebody just ordinarily just wake up and begin to divulge everything about his life? Just like that? I think he behaved like that behavior is like Job's wife also. Job's wife, the implication of insulting God. And he said, advise Job. He said, your suffering is much. Why not insult God and die? Women, please, no matter the temptation, if your husband is still alive, it's better. We have some part of this world that once your husband is dead, even the cause of your husband's death is traced to you. They even ask you to explain why your husband died. Some part of this world, your husband cannot die a natural death. The wife must be questioned why the husband died. So even if your husband is bedridden, even if your husband is in the life support in the hospital, if you can afford to pay, it's even better. The day your husband died, that will be the day that you know the different, the meaning of uncle. That is a brother to the husband. Yeah. I have a situation in my barracks. This guy died. The husband people came to carry the corpse. They were to go to mortuary around 8 in the morning. They started fighting or who is going to take the car of the guy, who is going to inherit the chairs in the house, who is going to take care of the television. It was a serious matter. They fight over this matter till around 12 o'clock. Some of us, we even went to make peace because it was my immediate barracks. It was a terrible thing. So it is even better. Don't even try like Job's wife. It's a terrible thing to do. So, we are talking of the people that we should not associate yourself with. There was a story of a young lady. By whatever reason, she was a virgin. But she went to see a medical doctor, and the doctor told her, how can you still be a virgin at this your age? Right? If you don't sleep with men, you will get sick. I think that must be a demonic medical doctor circulating evil theory. I think so. I think we have brother F.I. Okon here. I don't think it's not possible. Is it possible like that? That at a certain age, if you don't sleep with men, you are going to get sick. Is it possible, bro? Yes, he's waving hand. Thank you, sir. He said it's not possible. So our sister, our young sister, please. Do you know what happened? At the end of the day, this lady, ignorantly, foolishly, handed herself to a man who had a carnal knowledge of her. Not only that, the most painful and regretted thing was at her first attempt to commit immorality, right? She got infected with HIV. That was very terrible. What a tragedy, if you ask me. The first attempt. So this is a warning to our younger sisters in the campuses. Please be very careful with the people you are associated with. As you are there, your parents are not there. Please be mindful of the people that you go along with. You could have a friend there that will tell you, after all, going to club is nothing. We have some women, they are making their money through going around, sleeping around with men. Some may come to you that after all, you have a good body, you are beautiful. Why can't you do like other ladies out there? Because we have some other ladies, some of these our governors, our senators, some of these well-to-do men, even fly them in private jet to go and have sex with them. Take them to Ghana, take them to, even Dubai. I know what I'm saying because I work in a place that all these things we see it all the time. So be careful as you are there in school, as you are there in working place, anywhere you find yourself. Be careful the kind of advice you take. Beloved, you must be very careful of the people whose instruction you follow. You must be very careful of the people you speak into that speak into your life, because of a counsel from a friend, someone may decide to take alcohol for the first time, and maybe you become addicted to it. Maybe because of the counsel from a friend, you want to try how to smoke Igbo for the first time, and that will be the end of you. I think my wife is aware. There's a guy in my village that time when we were at home called Ode. The first time he tested Igbo, he became a mad person till he died. The first time the friend, they went to bush, so they lure him into testing Igbo, and that was how that young man, all the destiny, everything that God has for him ended. You know, friendship is not by force. But God enjoy. But in the Bible, we are to love everyone. But it's not compulsory that we have friendship with everybody, right? So we have to be very careful. Personally, I have some of those experience when I was in Yola. You know, I went to special duty with somebody who's supposed to be my senior. No, yes, he was my senior. Not supposed. I'm sorry. You know, on getting to the place, a lot of things happen. We'll go to a place, they'll bring drinks, they'll bring this, they'll bring that. I'll take malt. Although I was not a Christian then. But I have call from my father, where my father was a chain smoker, let me confess. But thank God, 3 of us that are men, none of us smoke, none of us drink. Because he continued warning us that we should not indulge in it. He said he cannot leave it again, but we the children, we should not do it. Right? So this guy, they were doing all sorts of things. I was not with them doing it. So he told me that, Samuel, this is the last time that you are going to follow me to special duty. That's what happened, sir. He said, how can a human being stay without smoking, without drinking, and then without womanizing? He said that out of these 3 things, if you cannot do 2, at least you do 1. But somewhere you are not doing any one of it. So for that, I don't even understand the kind of life you are living. So I don't understand you at all. This is the first time we are going to go to special duty together. And the guy, when we came to Yola, he made sure he went to our OC, reported this matter to our OC. Our commander called me, said, Samuel, what happened? I explained to him. Our commander just laughed. And that was it. This kind of thing we have there. People advise you that as a man, you must drink. There are some people that will tell you, before they talk to a lady, they have to go and shower you. Does that make sense at all? Even as a Christian, except you have a ulterior motive, if not to call a sister. If you want to marry a sister, to call a sister here to talk to a sister, must you go and share you? Is it? Does it make sense at all? It doesn't. So these are the things that we hear out there. Before I can stand a girl to talk to a girl, I have to go and take something. That is nonsense to me. Then point number 2, sorry, quickly, I'll be rushing. It's a character. That is roadmap. Character is another roadmap to our destiny. You know, character is one of the attributes or features that make up or distinguish an individual. That is character. As we are now, even our children at home, if you come back to the house and you see something is scattered, the house is not kept. If 2 or 3 of your children at home, you can quickly point to one among them that do that particular thing. You know, there are some character that you can easily pin it to a particular person, right? So our character used to affect everything that we do in life. Like a characterless person or a man without character is a man without destiny. Maybe take it again. A man without character is a man without destiny. Your destiny is not secure until your character is secure. You get it? Once your character is not secure, once your character is not intact, forget about destiny, either here or on earth or over there. So character and destiny, they are just like twins. You can't separate the two. One cannot go without the other. Your character needs to be okay in the sight of God and the sight of men for you to make way. If you are to go to heaven or you are to succeed in anything you do on earth here. Like the issue of Joseph, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. Because of the character that Joseph exhibited in the land of Egypt, in the house of Potiphar, Bible says that in Genesis chapter 39 verse 6, he said that Potiphar left everything that he had in the hand of Joseph. He did not even his bank account. He did not even, that's if there's a bank that time. He did not even know anything. All his possessions, he didn't know anything that he had except the food. Maybe as you want to go out, you tell madam, okay, I want to eat so type of food when I come. Bible says that is the only thing that he is aware of. But every other thing, can someone entrust his character? I mean, it's everything to you. If your character is not good when you are serving him. Whereas we have cases of, especially this our brother from the east that used to go and serve their master for 5 years, 3 years, then they set them up. People do dubious thing there. Defrauding their order. Yeah, they do it. When I was in secondary school, there was a guy like that. He has a girlfriend. He was selling for this man. The costly body cream was given to that girlfriend without the knowledge of his master. And he has another man he used to save another little money from those things that he used to take from his master. The day that his master, the day that he had issue with the girlfriend now went out and devoted the whole thing to his master. And he has served for about 4 years. Just remained a year for him to go. Everything come to an end. Look at what his character did to him. The character had destroyed the destiny that he had. Because he was sent for in the village to go and learn all those things so that at the end of the day he will become Oga of his own. But just a year to go, the character he exhibited destroyed everything that's supposed to become. So your character is very important. But Potiphar leave everything for Joseph because of character. When you look at this life of Joseph, you don't need to be told that character is very important. There is a connection between one's character and the favor or opportunity one sees in life. People positive character attract after other people to them, while the negative character repel people from them. There is a character that draws people to you, another character that drives people away from you. Right? There is a character that multiplies opportunity, and there is a character that diminishes opportunity. There is a character that makes people to be interested in someone, especially in marriage, and there is a character that makes people to lose interest in you. So many opportunities could come on your way, but when you have bad character, Like in the book of Luke chapter 16, if you read verse 12, say that nobody is going to give you your thing if you cannot even take care of another person's stuff. If you read it, you understand what I'm saying. I used to have this kind of mindset before, that after all, it's not my job. That is why I see some business dying. That's why I see some, what do you call it? Some people set up company, put people there to work in it. You discover that they destroy the business. Because people feel that this, not after all, this is not my own father's company. They didn't take care of anything. Some people even steal outrightly from them. But the day I stumbled on this Bible passage, I sat down, I read it like 3 times that very time. So when you don't even take care of another person something, nobody is going to give you your own. I mean, I say, wow. Okay, my time is gone. So the last point is your good conduct. It's one of the things that can mar or make your destiny. Like Abraham, you know, in the book of Genesis chapter 18 verse 10, Abraham was somewhere he did not even know. Some people were passing. He never knew that these people were from heaven passing to Sodom, right? He beckoned on them as manna was. He beckoned on them to come and eat. Those people say, no, we are in haste, we are going to somewhere. He said, no, sir, you must come and eat. When those people came in, he prepared good meal for them, and they were eating. They said, where is your wife? At that time, both Abraham and Sarah, they have advanced in age. They could not, medically and biologically, age 90 or 80 something, except miracle, it's practically impossible for a woman to conceive. But at that time, the angel of God, due to the character, due to the conduct, good conduct of Abraham, they say by this time of the next year, when we are going to come back, your wife Sarah is going to have a child. And that happened. That was what happened, that Abraham gave birth to Isaac, the father of nation. So goodness is a nature of God. And when you decide to be of good conduct, you provoke or draw the God of goodness to yourself. It is as simple as that. It happened to Abraham also. In the book of Genesis, we are rounding up quickly. In the book of Genesis, chapter 23, Abraham lost his wife, Sarah, and needed to bury her. And he was in the land of, he was a visitor there. You know, he now went to the people of the land. My wife is dead, though. I need to bury her. Because of the way Abraham conducted himself when he was living with them, they told him, Eccl, one of the elders that Abraham went to meet, he said, no, sir, see the land, he said he need a sepulchre to bury his wife. They said, okay, since you have been here with us, we have never had any issue with you. You have been a good person, you have been good to us. For that, see sepulchre there, go and bury your wife, free of charge. That gave Abraham an opportunity to say, okay, not only sepulchre again, I need a whole land field. I need a whole farmland to bury my wife. It was still given to him. He said, no, he did not even demand. He said, this particular one is near the land of Zohar. He said, I need it. Ephron, I mean. So Ephron, I got to say, okay, do you know that land is very costly? Abraham said, no, I don't mind. I even want to pay, so that anything that you pay money on is difficult to retrieve from you. So that when I die, after I bury my wife, after I die, even my servant will be buried there. You see, although he paid, but the money was minimal because of good conduct. People were ready to even offer to him free. But it's only that he insisted on paying. So our good conduct is necessary in everything that we do in life. Look at Ruth. Tabitha in the land of Joppa. Her conduct was to help widows. Helping widow philanthropists to the core. The day she died, Peter was around in the land of Joppa. People heard of the exploit of Peter, the way he was healing people, do that. They sent people quickly to go and fetch Peter. When Peter came, see different women come up. Some come with gele. Say, Peter, see, this gele I'm using is Tabitha that buy for me. Some come with, is it Ashoke? They came with different type of things, showing Peter, raining, crying. This is Dorcas or Tabitha. He is the one that did it for us. You see, at times your good conduct will even attract heaven and people. Like in the issue of Abraham here, people were attracted to his own cause, and heaven also intervened for him. Like Tabitha here, the cry of this woman, when they were so attracted to her, that this woman go now, who is going to help us? Some of those things they were saying moved Peter, and heaven also was moved. Peter, through Peter, Tabitha was restored to life. So as a Christian woman, as a Christian man, it's good for you to have a good conduct in your office, wherever you find yourself. Don't do like others. Others may be do at times dangerous. When you want to be different from others, they can conspire. You may lose your job. They say this is what to do in this office. You see this man, Minister of Works. People, he came to office around 9 or 10. He did not meet anybody. He wanted to a particular file. Nobody could give to him the staff. For that, he locked them up. Retaliation, they locked the whole minister up in his own office as well. They told him that that is not how we do it here. See, if you have any cause to go to any ministry to sign a document, you see what I'm talking about. Around 10, 11, you not see anybody to attend to you. At the end of the day, they collect salary. That is stealing. That is fraud. Let us call a spade a spade. You have to start work by 8. By 10, 11, 12, you are not in the office, and they talk and say, that's how we do it. Abba. It's a serious matter. Let us be careful. Sorry. The time has gone. I think the little we have heard, I think we can internalize it. God bless all of us kindly. Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.